Hello. So, if you watched the last video, I was talking about how Neville is not really a mind control teacher. He's teaching you to somatically know with your whole body and mind the truth. That's what makes him so appealing. And in this video, I just want to discuss that a little bit more because I've been into Neville since 2014, and I think the reason that he had such a profound effect on me is not because he was teaching me how to manifest certain external things. Yes, by integrating some of his principles, I was able to manifest a better job. I was able to manifest better relationships. I was able to manifest passive income for years and still making passive income, quite frankly. I was able to manifest things like that. But as so many people in the law of assumption and law of attraction space talk about, those external results are all a byproduct of the deeper truth that Neville is getting at. And this deeper truth is something that if you really contemplate it and start cultivating it more in your life, will change your life. And the changes externally are byproducts of it. But the truth, at least in my opinion and experiences and working with many people over the years on this, the truth is really what is most important to focus on. And that truth is what you want, you have right now. You already have it. You already have what you want. That is super deep. And, I was into spirituality and Zen Buddhism and mysticism since I was like, a teenager, 13, 14 years old. And I was, I think, 33 years old when I first discovered Neville back in 2014. And even with 20 years of study and living at Zen centers and going on spiritual retreats and meeting so many interesting, fascinating spiritual teachers, until I encountered Neville, I had never heard anybody explicitly articulate so clearly what you want, you have now. You have it now. And by having it now, if you recognize that more, it will mean that your external world will change in ways gradually, sometimes quickly, but usually gradually in ways you like. But those external changes, again, are all secondary. They're all byproducts of the fact that you have what you want now. That's what got me into all this cool new thought manifestation stuff, I was later to discover teachers who explained it in different ways, like Joseph Murphy, who's very similar to Neville. And, in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, he's got a great phrase he uses. He calls it the absolute method, right? Recognizing that God is here now. Or Emmett Fox. He's got that great short essay called The Golden Key. We've made videos on this before. The golden key, very quite simply, is stop thinking about your problems and think about God instead. Right? H.M. Lee Cady, another fantastic, fantastic, underrated teacher, New Thought teacher, her whole thing, she called it trustful passivity. It's not being lazy, it's being passively trusting that what you want is already here. God is already here. And Joel Goldsmith, who's now probably my favorite spiritual sounding manifestation type teacher, that's all he talks about. He says, God is here. What you want is here right now. Our quote unquote problem is just we don't recognize it. All we have to do is recognize it more. And so many of Neville's techniques that he was talking about sats, evocative affirmations like "Isn't it wonderful?" or "It's done," or "Thank you, thank you, thank you." It's all those techniques were basically figurative, as Neville said, and they were figurative because they're trying to really point out the truth, which is what you want, you have right now. What you want, you have right now. That is so much of this cool manifestation, law of assumption, law of attraction type of teachings summated clearly. And it's about embodying that and recognizing that more in our life. Because, well, if we have what we want, we're okay, right? That's the paradox. If you already have what you want, you're okay. Inwardly, you're probably relaxed on some level. You're at peace on some level. And you already have it. This is what we can recognize more and more. I'm using the word cultivate, but that's not even the proper word because you already have it. You don't have to cultivate anything, right? Like Neville liked to say, you don't have to wait to harvest. Harvest right now. Right now. Now. So if we remember this point and start just practicing it more, embodying it more, one could say, in our life, it changes things. And our external world, in all likelihood, will gradually change. But more importantly, we will change and inwardly feel more at peace and fulfilled with ourselves, and in turn, be more loving with others. So, powerful stuff. I think that's why I've been into Neville for so many years. Link is in the description. I have a bunch of videos on Neville's teachings, a bunch of podcast episodes, if you want to watch more videos about his wonderful approach. Until next time.